kittens thrown away like garbage, puppies tied to fences, abandoned and left to their destiny, horses tucked away in garages, barely fed and left to die, simply because they don't win races anymore. And all this is happening right in front of us. Usually we fail to see, and we barely ask ourselves about the fate of these animals if we choose to be entertained by them. These animals are not able to fight for their own rights, but luckily there are people who can, and who are willing to give those animals all the care and love they need. Hi and welcome to this video. I'm George from the channel Untraveled Roads, and today we are visiting Canary Force Rescue, an organization that gives those animals a new home and a new life.
The Canary Islands, a paradise for locals and tourists alike. This small piece of land, located in the vast Atlantic Ocean, is home to 2 million people and welcoming every year more than 14 million tourists, who are the people and organizations making living here not only possible but also a bit better. In this exclusive YouTube series, we will uncover them. We will show you their work and talk with the people behind, the ones that make small miracles every day. Untraveled Roads presents the unsung heroes of the Canary Islands.
Doing the research for this series, I very soon stumbled across Canary Force Rescue, one of the few animal sanctuaries here in the Canary Islands. And this made me curious, and I wanted to learn more about animal rights and welfare here in the Canary Islands and Spain. After I connected with them, they immediately invited me to their finca, located in the south of Tenerife. And I received also the invitation to spend a night here, in their very own yurt. And this gave me already the possibility to discover this place a bit alone and without any cameras. Have a chat with the volunteers and get a sense of this community feeling. A group of people with a shared love for animals. Canary Force Rescue, originally founded by Edo and Emma. In the beginning only as a horse sanctuary, they now take care of all sorts of animal in need for help. From small to big, from cat to donkey, from turtle to dog. Anyways, let's discover this place together. We are gonna meet Trini, one of the volunteers working on this finca. She will show us around and explain us how a day at the finca looks like. And as always, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up to support me and my channel. And if you don't want to miss any new episodes of the unsung heroes of the Canary Islands, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. I'm here with Trini and she's gonna show us around and explain us a bit about the project. Also, really thanks for the invitation and also for this lovely night.
Hello, I'm Trini. Welcome to Canary Force Rescue. I will show you around our finca and yeah, come with us.
So how did this whole project happen?
The place was created in 2018 by Emma and Edo because they realized the lack of animal welfare on the island and the need of animals to be rescued. So we started small and at the moment we have more than 250, 300 animals.
And how did it grow over the years?
So it's only run by volunteers. We are over 35, 40 at the moment. So everything you're going to see in this place is being recycled, reused and donated. We are a non-profit, so everything comes from external donations. We try to live on a most sustainable way possible.
During my various conversations, I heard lots of time about sustainable living. But what does this actually mean? Before we dig deeper into this, and before we learn more about the animals on the finca here, I want to understand what motivates young people like Trini to work as volunteers here. And how does the daily life actually look like? But first things first, right now it's time to feed the sheep, and I really don't want to let them wait.
Really like friendly, but sometimes she wants to bump you as well, so you have to be careful. But she doesn't have horns or anything, so we just have to go quickly inside and close the gate behind you, and then you can put the food inside the white bowl and everything. Amazing, that's it.
Enjoy. For me, it was really amazing being so close to the sheep. And one time, as I was standing still for a bit, one of the sheep seemed to have gotten a little bit curious about me and came to smell me. It was great to see how well the sheep's doing here at the finca. But how was the life before they came to the sanctuary?
They were very small. This is the mama. Her name is Mama, Lily and Freddy.
Freddie, when he arrived, he was still bottle feeding because Mama didn't have all the milk supplies they needed for him. They were coming from a farm where they were just standing basically and didn't have enough food. They were very skinny. And so Freddie was a baby when he arrived. We could help him bottle feeding a little bit. And that's why he's one of them who is more happy in contact with humans. And he's always curious. He's the first one who's coming to sniff at you. We have 2 other sheep on the other paddock. We're waiting until the moment we can connect them and let them live together as a herd. They over there, they come from another situation. They were basically hauled from a woman. She had them basically like pet animals in their house. The problem was that she got a kid. The sheep got jealous of the kid, and she didn't have the space then anymore to keep them, so she brought them here. And exactly. So they come from a other type of environment than the other ones.
And now you basically slowly try to get them used to each other.
We built another fence over there so that they can smell each other over the fence, and in a couple of weeks we're gonna put the fence down and they're gonna live together.
Holding pet animals in general, as well as zoos, are personally for me a very controversial topic. But holding sheep as pet animals without being able to offer them the right living condition is just a whole new mind-blowing level. And I'm really glad the sheep found a new home here at the finca, where they can have a proper life. Good, let's leave the sheep alone with their pumpkins. And let's speak about sustainable living here at the finca. Edo will tell us later more, but as Tenerife Horse Rescue started, this land was empty and completely bare. Slowly they started building everything you see in this video, trying to reuse material and don't waste anything, and trying to become fully self-sufficient and sustainable. So keep that in mind while we stroll around the finca, and let's take a deeper look at this wall here.
So basically that is been made with clay, straw and sand. Sometimes with donkey poo too. They prepare a mix, and we also use glass to see like all those different patterns and colors. You can see their glass to give it a little bit more of the light. And it takes a long process, but it's crazy. You can do so many shapes. There you have a tiny horse.
If you look further around the finca, we can find here whole houses built in the same ancient method, that by the way was already long used before Christ. Since the finca tries to be fully self-sustainable, where does actually the electricity and the warm water come from?
So everything is run by solar panels, and we also have a generator for days where there's no much sun. As you can see, it's on right now, that's why it's the heavy noise in the background. And we try to use the less we can. We stop charging phones and everything around 6 p.m. and the electricity shuts at 11. So we try to save as much as we can.
Okay, this answers where the electricity comes from. But since I didn't see any electrical water boilers, where did the warm water come from that I used this morning in the shower? To find that out, we need to visit Luca at his workplace located at the outer skirt of the finca. He is responsible for the compost, and with that also for the warm water. But wait, what? What has compost to do with warm water?
So welcome to the compost, and now I will go to explain a bit how it works. So we collect the horse poo every morning and we put it inside a line of pallets, mixing it with some waste of food and some dry stuff like hay, for example. It happens like a chemical reaction that brings the temperature really high, more or less at 60, 70, 80 degrees. So after this, we move the compost place by place one time until arrive at the end, and this process is made in. We made it in 5 months for now. We can see the final product. At the beginning is poo and real food, and at the end is this. Yeah, and is like at the end is like the temperature is like the ambient temperature. And then it's ready, and we can use it for plant new plant in our finca.
The heat that is produced, you reuse it?
We use it, for example, like for the showers. for the hot water.
The heat of the compost is a byproduct of the microbial breakdown of organic material. The temperature can reach 60 to 90 degrees, which is comparable to any electric or gas water boiler. Simplifying it a bit, you can just run the water pipes through the compost and voila, the water heats up. Probably the most sustainable and environment-friendliest way for generating hot water. And the compost seems also to be the perfect place for the chicken family to search for worms.
Our new family members.
Tenerife Horse Rescue started as horse sanctuary. Quite soon after they started, although, Emma and Edo realized how many animals are abused and abandoned here. And now they are giving a chance to as many animals as they can. Currently 250 to 300 animals finding here a new home and a safe shelter. There are roughly 40 volunteers taking besides of horses also care of farm animals, like the sheep we saw before, but also pigs or donkeys. And almost every of these animals has a heartbreaking story from the life before the finca. Spain has still a long journey ahead for animal rights and protection. Only since 2021, animals are per law sentient beings and not longer considered as objects, making it only now illegal for animals to be seized, mortgaged, abandoned or mistreated. Besides of the change in the law, I believe there is still a lot of awareness training for animal holders missing. And this is another important work that organizations like Tenerife Horse Rescue do. And let's help them with it. Please follow and share the social media profiles of Tenerife Horse Rescue, and let's help them to share awareness. Also, make sure to check out them on YouTube. There they share stories of the finca life, but also some of the heartbreaking stories of the animals that found a new home here at the finca. And while you're doing this, please also make sure you subscribe to the channel. The income they generate through YouTube is important for the finca to pay for medicine, operations or many other things that are needed here. And with this small gesture, a subscribe on YouTube and a follow on Instagram and some sharing, you can make a big impact. Besides horses and farm animals, I discovered here on the finca a lot of pet animals, like dogs but also cats and many others. I wanted to know from Trini how they came here to the finca and what's their story.
For animals like parrots or guinea pigs that they are usually considered pets, it's people who, they have them in their house and they cannot look after them anymore, or because it's an island, they come for a short period of time and they leave. Some of them even found on the bin, or they let them out. A couple of weeks ago, 2 of them have been brought to us because it was this couple who had to leave and they cannot take them. We give them a second chance. You know, I know an animal is a commitment for life. I don't have my own animal because I know all the effort that it takes. But they have feelings, they have rights, and they don't deserve to end up on a bin. And on the sanctuary, we have the option to sponsor an animal. It can be one-time sponsorship, it can be monthly one, and you can pay as much as you want. You can donate to them, and you can also come and adopt them. Not all of them are in adoption, as birds or some of the dogs, because they need like special treats and care. But if you go on our website, you can see what animals are in adoption, or you have the option to sponsor them and give them a second chance.
Right now is lunchtime here at the finca, where the kitchen team prepares food for all the volunteers. And while joining them, I need to admit it is really difficult to explain the feeling that you get here. I'm a person that normally seeks longitude and who does things on my own, from climbing to diving. But after being here, I really started to feel this community feeling. This sense of family, this sense of a common goal that you get while being here. Before, Trini said something that I believe describes it just perfect.
We do our own things, but we do it for one reason in common, and it's the love of the animals and try to protect them and live it in a sustainable way. For me, it's just magical.
And I think already only after one day being here at the finca, I can feel and tell already how passionate all of the volunteers doing the work for one goal, for the animals. And everywhere you look around the finca, you see busy hands. Trini told me it's a coordinated chaos, but everyone knows exactly what's needed and what they should work on. The lunch break not only gave me the opportunity of having a coffee, but also to have a relaxed conversation with Trini, without any camera. Okay, maybe just with a small camera.
I would really like to know a bit about your own motivation and also how you ended up here.
So, well, basically I've been living in UK for 3 years, and I guess that I always knew that I wanted to get more involved with the animals and nature, like a more chilled way of living. Society got a bit too much, well, especially after COVID, I guess that many people feel the same way. And I always loved animals, so I looked for a workaway. And when I found this place, I already felt like I belonged here. And since the first day, it was just magic. I fall in love, like seeing so many people working towards the same goal.
How does it work with all the tasks? Like, so you have different teams. You told me already there are horse people and the small animal people. How do you divide the work between each other?
Depends on what you are kind of more specialized in. You go to a team. As I told you before, we have horse team, that they're people that, because we work with positive reinforcement, that means that we try to retrain our horses to trust people and to do things with no force at all. They are bitless and barefoot, but we need a specialist for that. Like, I couldn't do it because I don't know. And then small animals, there's people that take care of them every day. They feed them, they clean their places. Then you have the office team that we run all the social media and paperwork, kitchen volunteers. Yeah.
And if you, let's say in 5 years, if you look back at the time here, what do you think is your biggest learning that you, and the biggest takeaway that you got?
Well, in this place you learn every day. I guess you do. Mainly commitment, passion for what you're doing. You know, love for wanting animals, especially to grow. I'm already in love with this place, and I wish we are going to keep growing, because what they do, what Emma and Edo do, that they are the owners, I'm amazed by them, honestly. And I'm so grateful for having the opportunity to be here and see this. You appreciate life on a different way, you know. You're giving a second chance to someone that doesn't have a voice like humans do.
Tenerife Horse Rescue is completely donation-based. All the work on the finca is fully done by the volunteers. Since there is no funding or help from the government, in order to provide medicine or operations, the animal sanctuary requires donation from all of us. The food for man and animal are donated by several supermarkets. Food that is past the best before date or simply that has small damages, and that would be normally just thrown away from the supermarket, finds here a new purpose. According to the United Nations, 1/3 of all for human-produced food is simply just wasted. 1.3 billion tons of food that ends up in the trash every year.
It's something unbelievable when you see so many good product in as a food or as a material or as a the dress, just because it's a patch or because it's dirty in the bin. We have 2 hands, we can clean it, we can fix it, and we can, if you wanna see, this is how the food come in the finca for everybody. This is some donations. Some supermarket that we have an agreement that all the rubbish is come here for the center. In these boxes you're gonna see that maybe some apple, like this one, is not perfect condition. Okay. So this was in a packet, they open the packet and all the apple go out. So this one that has this problem, maybe we give to the horse, but this that was in the same packet that is perfect, can be for us and for the horses. Sometimes you have some really surprise. Well, perfect onion, if you want to have a shower, a milk, just because the lid went off, so they have to throw it, they cannot sell it. Like the fridge stuff, normally these are products that the people are going to the supermarket, leave it next to the cash point before to pay, and then they dump it. So, okay, no problem, we can cook it more. Every box is like a surprise.
And how often do you get like this from the supermarket? Like?
Luckily we have a supermarket one every day, because We eat a lot, but the animals eat more. So they need really a lot of food, and we need also different variety of food. And then the picky animals, the cats. The cats, they of course, if you give some meat, some fish, they love it. But if you don't have that, we have to go to provide the cat food, because they are the picky animals.
All the years since you started, basically, what would you say were your biggest learnings and maybe the biggest things that you took away personally for you?
I'm Italian. I didn't know what was mean second hand. I was buying new, spending all the money that I was earning working, because before to discover this word, I was a normal person. I was living in the society, I was having a job, and I was spending all the money out in the night. Didn't have a lot of save, and honestly, I think that this life make me much better person, as a respecting of the place where we are living, so the planet.
One of my personal highlights is still left, walking with the horses. I never was that close to a horse, and I need to admit I got a little bit nervous.
So this is a little magic line from a horse. When I'm standing here and the horse is walking, then the horse leads me.
Okay.
So always standing in front like this, or maximum like this, and then I can lead the horse. Also, when I want to stop the horse and I stay strong like this, the horse have to stop behind me and don't touch me. So you always have a lot with the body speaking. When I'm staying strong and breathe in and make me strong, then the horse knows, okay.
After a short crash course, we started our walk already. After getting used to the horse, and I guess he also to me, my initial fear turned into deep respect. Respect for the elegancy and majesty of these animals. While making our round, this also gave me the possibility to ask Laura some questions and learn more about positive reinforcement, the way the horses here at the finca are trained.
Buried crow, look how low we kings can go, how low we kings can go.
Back at the finca, I had the chance to speak with Kate, to learn more about the horses, their story and their history.
This is Shanti. Shanti came to us and he had a severe nerve damage in his lip. His lip was hanging down like this because he's been ridden with a very sharp bit. But now, after 2 years, I think he's with us, or 2.5 years, his lip has recovered quite a lot. This is Corentino. Corentino is one of the most nervous horses I've ever seen. He's been a jumping horse, but then at some point the owners didn't have time for him anymore and they just left him alone. He developed a tic, which is this air sucking, which is a tic that horses develop when they are really stressed. And even if they then get in an environment which is more relaxed and where they feel well, it's very rare that they ever stop this. Yeah, and he just developed this because he was so stressed about being left alone without other horses, without enough food. Ava was the last horse which came to us about a month ago, I think. And she obviously is very skinny. She was left in a place in the mountains without food. When she came to us, she hadn't had any food for 3 days. And she has a big problem with her eyes. You can see her eye is in a very bad condition, and it has gone worse over the last couple of weeks. We've tried everything to save it, but in the end there's nothing we can do to save the eye. So today it's actually a big day for her, because she's gonna go to a clinic today where an eye specialist, the only eye specialist here on Tenerife for horses, he will remove her eye. And the problem is that even the second eye, she cannot really see a lot. The vet said that she probably only sees shadows. So in future, it's possible that she will be totally blind. But actually, horses are able to live without eyesight. As there's people who are blind, there's also horses which are blind, and they still can have a happy life. Obviously, she will need time to adapt to the situation with only one eye, but now it's really the best solution, because at the moment she's in pain with the eye looking like this, and once the eye is removed she will be free from pain, and then can adapt to the situation better. And she's a very brave little fighter, and she's doing very well in trying to adapt to the situation of not being able to see anything.
That was the first episode of the Unsung Heroes of the Canary Islands. Down in the description you'll find a link to the social media profiles and to the website of Tenerife Horse Rescue. Make sure you leave some love there, like, subscribe, follow, and if you want to help them, check out the website for more information, either with goods or maybe with donations. Every euro is helpful, and every euro is directly helping the animals here at the finca. I also hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give a thumbs up to support me, and if you don't want to miss out new episodes of the Unsung Heroes of the Canary Islands, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you next week. Ciao, ciao.